Thank you, Fraser. Can you hear me, see me? Yeah. Good, good, good. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it's the anniversary today, so got a nice day planned. Looking forward to that. That's powerful. That story, bro. That's so true. And the reason why mindset calls can be a little bit uncomfortable for those that are paying attention is is because pain creates movement. Pain creates movement, right? And that's why I know that. So that's why sometimes I say things the way I say it I say things the way I say it because I know for a fact it's gonna hurt your feelings enough to say, do you know what? I need to change. I need to change, right? Because a lot of people, guys, before we get into the call, a lot of people I think we've kind of messed people up a little bit in the personal development world where we talk about being grateful for your circumstances. I think people are too grateful. I think people actually look for the benefits of being broke. I think people look for the benefits of being like, not confident. I think people look for the benefits of struggle. Okay. You don't want to do that. You want to be grateful for God for putting you in that circumstance to give you the opportunity to level up. But you don't want to be grateful to be broke. You don't want to be grateful to have a job. No, no. You want to be grateful for God to give you the opportunity to use that job to level up, not grateful for what you don't want, guys. So I think we use gratitude as a justification method to stay not moving. Just letting you all know. You have to, in your mind, go somewhere that's going to piss you off. We just got back from an event, and a lot of the information that I was hearing, obviously I've heard before, which is great because I need to keep hearing it. Like we hear we can't do it every single day growing up. We hear, those things don't work. We hear money doesn't grow on trees. We hear all these things over and over again. And we never complain about hearing that. But, we jump on a mindset call. I've heard this before. I don't need mindset. Okay. Right. But I've heard the information before. But he did say something that just made sense. And he said a few things. Obviously, I wrote it down. But there's two types of thinking in the world. You've got rich and wealthy thinking, and you've got mass thinking. So you've got people that are free, how they think, and you've got the rest of the world, how they think. And what you have to do is you have to learn how to change the way you think if you want freedom. See, most people are right now not the right person to have freedom, but they do want the right results. So they're the wrong person looking for the right results. Let me say something, guys. That's an impossible equation. See, you need to become the right person if you want the right results. Now, if you don't want to become the right person, just hop off the call, stay average, keep doing what you're doing. Makes sense. Like you don't have to. No one force you to be on this call. No one force you to get started in GFU. So if you want to stay the same, that's fine. Just understand that. Just take a look at your current bank account. That's what it's going to look like. Probably less in 12 months, 18 months, right? Unless you say, do you know what? Let me learn how this universe works. Doesn't it make sense? Because I live on planet Earth, right? Another thing that was said the weekend was we all live on planet Earth, but we all live in different worlds. We all live on planet Earth, but we all live in different worlds, right? So it makes sense for me personally for you to actually learn the rules of Earth. That's where you live, right? Like, don't be interested in how Jupiter works. You're not on that planet. Do you know what I mean? You are on Earth. Should we find out how Earth works? How cool is that? I've sat down with my little brother, and my little brother's like my part of the main reason why I got started on this whole journey. And he's getting all good grades in school. I'm like, man, congrats, man. Like, he's completely different to me. I got no grades. And he's like, wow, wasn't like your mum and dad like unhappy with you? I said, oh yeah, 100%, man. They were very unhappy. I said, but I didn't want a job. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, well, I said, bro, this is why my dad doesn't like me my dad doesn't like leaving me alone with my brother because he knows I'm gonna like get in his ear. I'll say things like, I've learned, bro. Go to school, get good grades, get a good paying job. That's just one way. It's not negative. It's a great way. But you know me, and I got my phone out and I showed him. I made more money this week in my sleep than I used to work all week for in a factory. He was like, how? I said, I learned how to think. I learned how to make money, brother. No grades in school, but I learned how to make money, right? And he couldn't believe it. So what I'm trying to say, guys, I live in a different world to my parents, completely different world. But they program me to live a certain way, and I'm gonna give you some information today that sort of I've used to reprogram my mind. And I'll be honest, guys, reprogramming your mind is a strenuous commitment. It's like the ultimate commitment that you will have to embark on it. That's actually like the task. That's the task. Your task, if your mom and dad were not free, and your parents and your grandparents and your relatives, your co-workers, all your friends are not financially free, time free, location free, your job is to reprogram what you've bought into. That's the only way you're going to create permanent results in the outside world. Okay, so let's get right into the call, guys. So listen, obviously, all this information stemmed from, see me, I know exactly where I'm going, and I know for a fact that it's going to happen. I know for a fact. Drop a yes in the chat if you would like that confidence. To be honest, like I know where I'm going, and I know for a fact, not even that it's gonna happen. It's already done. You see how Fraser said last night that guy was already celebrating. That makes perfect sense in my mind. Perfect sense. That makes sense. I know for a fact where I'm going, and I know anyone that attaches their life to me, anyone that attaches their life to my life, is going to be in a great position. Right? I'm not saying that from a Jake Parton standpoint. I'm saying it because of my connection to God, but I'm not going to get too deep into that on this particular call. But the reason why I'm so confident, guys, is because of the information that I found. Okay. Back in the Great Depression, there was an individual called Andrew Carnegie. He was the world's first billionaire back in the Great Depression. So it's impressive to be a billionaire in 2025, but it's even more impressive to be a billionaire in 1920. You all agree, right? When you could buy some milk for like a penny. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like less than a penny. So that's pretty impressive. Okay. So in today's world, he'd be way over a trillionaire in today's world. So anyway, he actually found an individual called Napoleon Hill, and he gave Napoleon Hill the task, and he introduced him to 500 of the richest and wealthiest and most successful people on the planet. And Napoleon Hill dedicated well, it took him 2 decades to write the book, but once you get on this track of success, you never come off it. But long story short, he dedicated 2.5 decades to writing a book about success. Not 2 minutes, not 2 days, 2 decades, right? I was like, wow, that's pretty powerful stuff, man. He then he as he was writing the information, he used it to get rich. See, Andrew Carnegie didn't give him any money because he didn't just want someone who could regurgitate information to write the book. It was like, if this is the true student, he's gonna learn it, what I'm teaching him, and all the connections I'm giving. He's gonna use it to get rich himself whilst producing this information, and that's exactly what he did. Right? So the information works, guys. Okay. I know your mom and dad, and your friend who works at KFC. He may say that this doesn't work. Um, but I mean, I'll let you decide. Who you're going to listen to. All right. Um, so he then found, obviously not found. He started to work with a guy called Earl Nightingale, who really put this information, out there that was actually the first audio I listened to, called "The Strangest Secret" by Earl Nightingale. It talks about we become what we think about. Most people don't think. Okay, most people don't think. You might write that down for those that are scared of going Facebook Live. For those that are scared of, shaking someone's hand and giving them a compliment. For those that are scared of putting themselves out there on social media, thinking that everyone's like waiting for you to go live. Okay. Nobody's thinking, especially not about you. Nobody's thinking. No one. Okay. Well, very few people actually think, and you'll know the ones who do. It's very obvious. Oh, Nightingale then attracted Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor actually flew out. He sold his company. Obviously, Bob Proctor, for those that know, he found the information. Used to be, he was earning 4,000 a year. He owed 6,000. He was also a firefighter. And he wanted freedom. He was a loser. He found this information. He got rich, cleaning floors, built a business, and then one day he was like, "I'd love to meet El Nightingale," and one of his colleagues was like, "No, you wouldn't. Otherwise, you wouldn't. You would have done it." So Bob went, "Oh yeah, you're right." So he flew out to meet El Nightingale, and he said to Earl, "Listen, Earl, what's the secret? What's the key?" And he said, "There's no secret really. You just decide what you want and just figure out every day, think about it every single day, and just dedicate your life to it." And Bob was like, "Well, do you know what? I've decided that I want to do what you do. I want to help people. That's what feeds my soul. That's what I want to find out why I was able to turn my life around. And once I find that out, I want to express that and help as many people as possible." And that's what he did, right? Bob Proctor became like the best. Why did he become the best? Let me know in the chat. Exactly. Time. 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 That's why he became the best. Because repetition and time is obviously in compounding is the key, right? So he took everything that El Nightingale learned and packaged it up and was like, wow, and he compounded that information. And now look at all the lives he's changed. Okay. Those that don't know, he mentored Alex Morton. Okay. So, he knows what he's doing. But again, you can listen to McDonald's friends, if you want to. No offense to guys who work at McDonald's, but guys, listen. Use a bit of common sense. Think about who the fuck are you listening to. If anyone tries to tell you about GFU, please step back, take a look at their life, and go, okay. And then I'll let you determine whether that's the sort of individual that you want to listen to over, some of the people that are making it happen. So anyway, drop a yes in the chat if you're actually ready for the call. I know we're 20 minutes in, but this is actually, I'm trying to get a lot of information right now because these Sunday calls are more of like a, reminder slash like fire me up sort of, things, right, for the week. Cool. Let's get it. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. What this means is that basically success is progress towards a goal. That's what it is. Was anyone on the slide on the call at the very start where I put, "Are you a winner or are you a loser?" Yeah, you can be a winner today. See, don't I want you to let go of the fact that winning is results. It's not. Winning is progress. Winning is a track. Losing is a track. That's it, right? So there's a process of success. So therefore, by law of polarity, there has to be a process of failure. Another thing that one of the speakers said the weekend was he said, you can actually start the process of failing because you don't just fail, guys. You don't just wake up and just fail. You're not like fit one day, and the next day you're fat. You know what I mean? You're not rich and the next day you're broke. It's a progress of deterioration. Okay, nothing stays the same. If you're gonna write something down, maybe write that down. Nothing stays the same. Have you got momentum in your business right now? Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, don't you better not get. I know it's sunny, but don't get your sun chair out. Start kicking back and just relaxing. Trust me, nothing stays the same. Nothing stays the same. Okay, so you need to understand you're either growing or you're dying. You're either climbing or you're sliding. You're creating or disintegrating. You're succeeding or failing. You're winning or losing in every moment and in every day, based on the decisions that you make on a daily basis, based on the habits that you have on a daily basis. This is why I'm so big on habits. I'm very big on habits. For those that know me, I'm like super. That's where I get my confidence from. My confidence comes from like my actual habits. Like what I feel. Here's the key: being on the process of success. Write this down. Produces confidence. So and you all know this. Who's ever felt like, you've ate clean all day, you've gone to the gym, you've read your books, you've done your content on social media, you've reached out to some people, invited some people to the calls. Regardless if anyone gets started that day, you feel confident. You feel more confident about your future. You do. You feel more happier. You feel more fulfilled. You feel like a champion because guess what? You've done what you can control. You've done it. You've done the work. In that moment, you are a winner. Now, guess what? On the opposite, being on the process of failure causes anxiety. So when you don't wake up on time, when you don't read the information in the books every morning, when you don't write out your vision and your goal, when you don't talk to your mentor, when you don't create the content, when you don't eat clean, when you don't go to the gym, when you don't reach out to people, whatever, when you don't, invite people to the calls, you actually feel anxious about your success. You feel anxious about your future. You don't know if it's going to be bright. You're kind of, I hope one day, you're living your life on a lottery ticket. Does that make sense? Because you are not in control of you. So therefore, you are not in control of your life. Okay. So what I want to do now is I want to quickly share my screen and show you just a couple things. 2 seconds, guys. Just go over a couple slides. Okay. So here's what I want you to ask yourself every single day. Are you a winner or are you a loser? Okay. This week, have you been a winner or have you been a loser? Now, guys, don't get emotional. Don't get emotional. Oh, Jake's calling me a loser. No, it's not that, guys. And also, as well, be honest with yourself. I want you to think about, Fraser said, write down your goal. What's the one goal right now that is going to change your life the most if you was to achieve it? You see, when I was working my job and someone asked me that question, guess what the answer was? Financial, freedom. It wasn't to get a six pack. It wasn't to get in good shape. It wasn't to master boxing. It wasn't to master golf. It wasn't to master any of these things. Those would have been great extras. But the one thing that was going to change my entire lifestyle the most was actually me leaving my job. So doesn't it make sense that your life has to be a little bit out of balance to achieve balance, right? So you have to be honest with yourself. People say, "Oh, well, yeah, I've been busy, man. Busy doing what? Excuse me. Can we just pause a sec? What are you busy doing exactly? You have a job, right? Yeah, yeah. You got kids, right? Also, yeah. You love them, right? Yeah. So what are you actually busy doing apart from self-sabotaging? Can you let me know? Oh, I haven't had time for G food this week. No, you haven't had time for your family this week. No, I've been with my family all day. Yeah, but you've been broke with your family all day, haven't you? You've been struggling with your family all week. Yeah. You think that's helping them? You're just struggling with them. Or do you think you better put your family first by becoming a winner? What example are you setting? It's okay. Hey, man, imagine we calling Dexter. Dexter, come here, boy. Come on. Because of you, son, daddy's fat. I love you so much, Decky. Yeah? That we're going to be broke forever. All right. How'd you like that? Terrible, right? No, no. Okay, guys, this is how I think. So here's why whenever we see, whenever we receive a command from someone who's winning, it feels uncomfortable. This information changed my life. For those that have never seen this, drop a yes, drop a no in the chat if you've never seen you've never seen the stickman concept. Drop a no in the chat if you've never seen the stickman concept. Because I was just thinking this morning. I was thinking, I wonder how many people have never actually seen this. Yeah, because we wanted to actually break this down because I'll be honest, I'll use this information to I mean, this is information I rely on every single day, to be honest. Um, so guys, long story short, if you just draw a circle on your page and then just do a line in the middle and then put a little body underneath, you need to understand. I'll do it with you. You top circle and then underneath a little little stick man, right? So the head's bigger than the body. It looks a bit weird. But anyway, you put a line in the middle. The top of the mind, right, is that's the conscious mind. Okay, the top is the conscious mind. That's the thinking mind. Okay, that's the thinking mind. Underneath, you got the subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind, that's the doing mind. That's the emotional mind. Okay, and the goal is to get your goal from the top, your conscious mind, into your subconscious mind. That's the entire focus of life. To get what you want from the conscious to the subconscious, because once it goes into the subconscious, it actually changes the vibration of your body. This is how the law of vibration works. So once that, see, you see, it says here, look, X and X bondage equals X results. So X type thinking produces X type behavior. Sorry, X type vibration, which produces X type behavior, which equals X types results. Okay, so now if you want some new, see this outside Y idea here. This is the Y idea. This is the, hey, listen, man, write a list of 100 people. Oh, no, you don't understand, Jake. Everyone in my country is broke. You don't understand. All my friends are closed-minded. No, Jake, you don't. All my friends need to see me winning in trading before I start building the business. No. All my friends, forget, guys, listen. You got a subconscious mind, right? You got a conscious mind. Yeah, yeah. Have your friends got conscious and subconscious? Yeah, yeah. Guess what, guys? We're all the same. Okay. I understand your situation. That's got nothing to do with your results. Fuck, do you think I told my mentor the same thing, man? Listen, no one in Birmingham gets started. Guess what? He did an event, my mentor, because I got myself out of the way. Everyone got started. My paradigm was shook. I couldn't believe it. I would literally say I'd tell the same person, hey, listen, here's what this business does. They're like, no, it's a scam. A different person would say the same information to the same person, and they'd get in. But I'm over here thinking like a broke person, telling someone who's rich how it is. Make that make sense. So you got a Y type idea here, and you see these little antennas. They're your five senses. They're your hear, see, smell, taste, and touch. Those antennas that you can see coming at the top of the head, that's the hear, see, smell, taste, and touch. That's how we gather information. That's how our conscious mind gathers information constantly. It's constantly gathering information. That's all your mind's doing. Your mind is hungry for new information, which is why we get stuck on TikTok, which is why we get stuck on Instagram. We're hungry for new information. Have you tried just sitting down doing nothing for 10 minutes without picking your phone up, without being distracted? Your mind's like, you have to control it, right? So what happens here is this here is just an idea at the moment. You see, when the Y type idea here, this is really good, man. Guys, are you all with me? I'm excited for this. This is really good information. So this is the Y type idea. Hey, listen, I want you to do your first launch call, but you've got to open the call up. Hey, listen, I want you to do your first Facebook Live, but you've got, you got to do it. Hey, listen, I want you to go and sit in a Bentley today. What's your favorite car? Go and sit in it. I want you to get dressed up like you are like you own the place. Just walk out the house and go and sit in a beautiful hotel lobby and have a coffee. You're thinking, what's the point in that? That doesn't make sense. No, not to your mindset. It doesn't make sense. I get it. It doesn't make sense to your mindset. Here's what I want you to do. Straight after the webinar, guys, I want you to call up any guests you've got on the call. I want you to ask them what they like best and ask for their credit card details. Right? That sounds great, right? It sounds great until the webinar ends. Right? And now you've got to actually do it. Here is why the fear holds some people back. If you don't study this information, this is what King Solomon said, in all you're getting, get understanding. If you don't study this information, the fear will eventually get you. The fear will. You see, when me and Fraser, we feel fear, we know, we actually visualize this slide. Well, I do anyway. I know Fraser does. I know that Fraser understands why fear even exists. Why? It's because now you see it says conflict. What's happening is this: the second that you go to do that thing, this is why people get buyer's remorse. Who's ever experienced someone get started in the platform and then quit immediately, or quit within a week, or even worse, quit within 90 days? Right? What happens is this: they get in, that they love the idea of having money, location, time, freedom. They're in, they're fired up. But guess what? They don't understand how the mind works. They don't understand how the devil works. They don't understand how the old conditioning works. And eventually, what happens is the terror barrier kicks in and it creates a confused vibration. You see, when the Y and the X are both inside the body, oh my gosh, you are in a state of just, you don't even know what you're doing, why you're doing it. You know, you get hot sweats, you start to doubt everything. Here's what, who knows the key? There's two keys here. There's two keys to coming through this terror barrier. There's two keys. Obviously, I'm going to state the obvious one. The first key is to do it anyway. That's the obvious one. That's the obvious one. What most people miss is they don't call their mentor. You see, whenever I'm going through a phase of like, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. I'm not feeling like I don't know why, because like things are happening. It's confusing to me. I'm like getting, more attention. Things are starting to take off, but I'm feeling like weird about it. I'm doubting myself. Call your mentor. What the mentor will do, guys, will just put your mind at ease. Do you know why? Because your mentor has 100% been through what you are going through. That's why I love this industry. You see, before I joined network marketing, I didn't have a mentor. I was having to do all these terror barrier things, and I was talking to YouTube videos. I was trying to talk to Bob Proctor on YouTube, hoping he was going to talk back. Bob, is this a terror barrier? Am I experiencing? Is this? Am I on the right track right now? Right? But he couldn't talk back. That's why, so the thing is, now I can call someone who's got the results I want and say, listen, here's my situation. Here's how I'm feeling about the situation. I'm not sure if it's positive or negative. What would you do if you was in my situation? Guess what, man? Listen, I know exactly how you feel. I felt the same way. Found out that after I took the action, all that fear was gone. And that's the normal process of changing a paradigm. That's the normal process of creating freedom. Freedom is discipline, guys. If you want freedom, just become a disciplined person. That's called freedom. And guess what? Freedom is a state of mind. You create freedom mentally and then you manifest it. The reason why most people are stuck in jobs is because they're not disciplined as human beings. You become disciplined in something, you will be rewarded for it. I don't care if it's like even if it's a sport. Because if you're disciplined in a sport, what's going to happen is over time, you're going to get that good at that sport. People will start to pay you to coach them in that sport, and you'll end up quitting your job anyway. So freedom always manifests in the mind first. This is how I overcome depression. Ignorance is on the left. Ignorance basically means you don't know, right? You don't know, right? It's not a negative. It's not like, because I used to think like ignorance was like, oh, that person's ignorant, right? Um, it's not like that. It's ignorance is not knowing. Okay. So you don't know what you don't know. You don't know that, oh wow, like the only reason why I'm experiencing worry, doubt, fear, and anxiety, and I'm letting those things control my actions is because I don't understand what's actually taking place. You see, if you take a look at the right hand side here, knowledge, which you only get through study. This is what makes me laugh when people are saying this to the Scottish lads when we was having some nice food. I said it makes me laugh. People, whenever someone tells me, "Hey, listen, Jake, I've just blew my account, man," or "I keep blowing my account," or "Nothing's happening for me," I'm like, "Tell me what you did the first thing. Just walk me through today's routine when you woke up." 9 times out of ten, it's woke up, went to work. I'm like, "Did you brush your teeth?" Oh, you brushed your teeth. Okay, you missed that part. So you did no reading. No. You didn't know meditation. No. No planning. No. No listening to positive information. No. Okay. So you're the same person. Yeah, yeah. But you want new results. Yeah, yeah. Make that make sense to me. That's like being pissed off that you're not losing weight, but you do nothing about it. Do you know what I mean? It's like signing up to the gym, literally, and they're not going, and then like being annoyed. Like, guys, your results permanently will only ever, 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 ever match your internal mindset. So if you want to take your life to the next level, I don't care about how good you think you are at trading. Oh, no, forget that. I'm just going to master one of the scanners. Okay, you can master one of the scanners if you want. And long down the road when you start self-sabotaging because you've got zero self-worth and the universe doesn't know what to give you because you have no clue how to manifest, no clue how the planet Earth works. Maybe then, once you've blown 50 accounts, you'll go, do you know what? Maybe I need to take a look at this mindset thing. You see, one of the main speakers said he used to blow the count all the time, kept blowing and kept blowing and kept blowing and kept blowing them, and then all of a sudden he started this whole manifesting thing that he thought was cringy. He started to create a dream board and he put like profitable accounts all over his wall. He started to listen to the strangest secret, read Think I Got Rich. Before you know it, guys, profitable trader. He didn't get any better at trading. He changed his mindset. He changed what he was thinking. He changed what he was attracting. If you think about blowing an account, guess what you're going to attract? If you think about debt, guess what you're going to attract? If you have a fear about being fat, guess what you're going to attract? If you have a fear about being a lonely individual, alone, in a terrible relationship, guess what you're going to attract? If you have a fear of, and you're thinking, oh, well, everyone I speak to is closed-minded. Really? Everyone I speak to is open-minded. You see that? Oh, it's okay for you, Jake. No, no, I've just told you words. You've got a mouth with lips, and you can choose words that come out of it. I would highly suggest that as of today, you start saying things like everything I touch turns to gold. I would highly suggest that you start saying things like everyone I meet's open-minded. I would highly suggest you start saying I attract leaders into my organization who also attract leaders too. Does this make any sense? Why is that? Because those words are the seed for your change. You see, when I started to say to the mirror, I attract leaders, I then started to my reticular activating system started to actually look and start to tell me things. Hey Jake, listen, I'd probably change the way you dress, bro. Little secret. You just told me that you want to attract leaders. Yeah, yeah. I maybe wouldn't wear that again. If I was you, Jake, I'd get in like really good shape physically, personally. If you want to increase the chances of you attracting some disciplined, attractive, influential leaders into your business, I'd get into that. I'd become the most disciplined, influential, attractive individual that you can be if I was you, based on what you just told me that you want. Is this making sense? See, study manifests as understanding. Understanding manifests as faith. Faith manifests as well-being/confidence. This information, guys, personal development, these calls, this stuff. See, I've invested over £100,000 to get this information. I've put hours in of studying to this information. So like, why is that? Why would someone put hours of like studying into information that doesn't work? Doesn't make sense. It's my anniversary today. I could just be with my wife, just chilling. I don't know. We could be doing anything right now, but I'm on here giving you this information. Trust me, guys, don't take it for granted, man. This information is the real deal. Okay, so what I want you to all focus on is this. Basically, winning the day. Winning the day. Because when you win the day, what's going to happen is you're now forming the habit of becoming a winner. Sounds like common sense, but just trust me. I want you to focus on the habits. If you show me someone who is who is not listening to a mentor, not listening to someone who's further ahead than them in the business that they're in, I will show you someone who has started the process of failing. It's okay, thank you. Makes sense. Who are you listening to on a daily basis? So what I would suggest is after this call is I would get a game plan from your mentor. I'll get a game plan. If you already got one, fantastic. If you haven't, get a game plan off your mentor. And it's super simple, guys. I'm gonna give you the game plan for what most people should be doing right now. Number one, waking up early. I want you to write down your goal. Write down your goal in present tense. Okay. And I want it to be a clear, specific goal, meaning, I'm so happy and grateful because one, I'm G for right now. But if it's a trading goal, then it's a trading goal. Okay. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm earning and receiving X amount per month through trading as a profitable trader. It is what it is, right? Now, if it's a business goal, I want you to write down exactly what rank you are. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am a director. But that's not good enough. With 500 or with 250 active customers left, 250 active customers right, consistently within GFU. Because that's a very clear, specific target. You see, when we go for something to eat today, and the waitress or waiter comes over and they say, "Jake, Mr. and Mrs. Parton, what is it that you want?" I'm not just going to say, "Food." Yeah, sir, we get food. What food? Burger. What burger? You get what I'm saying, guys? Because if I give vague orders, I'm going to get vague results. Specific orders, specific results. I never forget, I went for some food with one of my mentors in London, in one of the wealthiest. I never even knew this hotel existed. Have you noticed that the best hotels are like the ones that are like, you know, has this always been here? Like, it's like a back door thing. You walk in there, it's like a, it's like a palace. This is some like secret society stuff, man. I'm like, this is crazy. I didn't even know this place is. I was like, how much? First of all, how much a night is it? It was like 900 a night or something, £900, £1,000 a night. Oh, this is mad. Um. Anyway, hey sir, your host is ready for you. Walk through. Had breakfast with him, and the way that he ordered breakfast, I'll never forget, man. I was just like, yeah, I just have some porridge, some honey. Right. He was like, I'll have three pieces of toast with bacon, and he named it like. I looked at him like, this is crazy. His drink was specific. His food was specific. The number of sausages, he was like, this is exactly what I was like. Is that a clue? Is that a clue? Broke people. He's just a fussy eater. No, write this down. Always be a student. You want to study? I study people. I study things like this. I'm like, this is crazy, man. No wonder he can afford to be in here. He's super, super. He knows exactly what he wants. He does. Okay, write down your goal. Um, read some sort of personal mindset development book. I don't care if it's 10 pages a day. Just do it. Just read it 10 pages a day. A good book would be Science of Getting Rich. If you want to learn about the stick man, then I could actually drop in the chat the You Were Born Rich PDF. You Were Born Rich book by Bob Proctor, a really good book. Um, Think and Grow Rich, obviously, right? Asking It Is Given, obviously. So some of these books that you want to read every single morning, 10 pages, and just really and underline it, guys. Underline some information that sticks out to you. See, there's reading and there's studying. Reading and the studying. We read books in school, don't we? Who remembers some of the books we read in school? No, I'll wait. Me neither. Right. I don't remember. Right. So because we that's not how you study. That's not how you learn. You don't learn by reading it. How many times? Oh yeah, I've read that book. Okay, well, why you still broke then? Okay, maybe go back, study it, study it. Okay, study it 10 pages at a time, and really study it, underline some shit, man. Like, oh wow, like take notes. This is what that means to me. And then here's the thing: if you was to ask my wife, if you was to ask my wife, hey, listen, what's like the one thing, what's the best thing about Jake when it comes to like his what's one of the main things that Jake does? I promise you this: one of the main things that Jake does is when I get new information that's going to take my life to the next level, I apply it immediately. I don't wait. Like someone could send me a YouTube. Like this is why, if my mentor sent me a quick YouTube video and was like, "Hey, just listen to this," I'll literally cancel calls. But I'm a bit of a psycho with it. I'll cancel all plans immediately and watch this video that my mentor just sent me because I'm like so ready for that next level. My self image and my self worth is ready for more. Ready for more. I could be on calls with prospect. My mentor calls me. Boom. Sorry, excuse me. I got to shoot. I'll call you back. All right. Boom. Put the phone on the prospect. You're right. It's good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Amazing. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Because my priorities are right. I need to grow. I don't want to be the same Jake tomorrow. I want to be a better Jake because a better Jake produces better results. I want to attract effortlessly and easily. We attract who we are. So if you want success, you better become success. You better look like it. You better walk like it. You better talk like it. Like I want to shake your hand and be like, "Yep, I'm not shaking your hand. I'm shaking your future. I'm meeting the future you in the now." Does that make sense? This is how you want to be walking and talking. Like you should like the room the weekend. They knew Lifestyle Mastery Group was there. We had some energy about us. We're not here to take part. We're here to take over. We're good at this. We are good guys. And I'm not talking to everyone on the line right now. I'm just talking to a select few people that want to get rich. A select few people that want to become their best self, not their second best self. I'm just talking to a select few people that want to go to the top of the compensation plan. I'm just talking to a few select. I'm not too sure who I'm talking to. I don't need to talk to everyone. If guys, true story. If two people on this call decided to go to the top of the comp plan with me, my job's done. My job's done because we'll attract it. Makes sense. So I'm not talking to followers. I'm talking to leaders. You see, when you decide where you're going, this is the acorn here. You are that acorn. And you see, the acorn, it doesn't have to think about what, and worry. Guys, I'll be honest, the acorn does not spend any time doubting or worrying about whether it's going to become an oak tree. It does not spend any time being anxious. You're never going to interview an acorn and be like, "Hey, feeling? Oh, just super anxious about, I'm not too sure what's going to happen. I'm a bit fearful." You're never going to interview an acorn. It's not going to say that. It's going to be so cool. It's going to be sitting there with shades on, just like, "Oh, got a cigar. Yeah, just, oak trees around the corner, right?" You know what I'm saying? It's already done. Super confident, man. Do you know why? Because it's locked in on a destination. It knows exactly where it's going. You have to be like the acorn, and what happens is universal principles. You see, as well, if you plant an acorn today and watered it, you wouldn't have to speak to God and be like, "God, can you please give all the acorn like all its nutrients, everything it needs to become an oak tree?" It's gonna do it automatically. So when you decide here's where I'm going to go, you will attract the events, circumstances, people, energy, ideas, everything you need to get to where it is that you want to go. You will. If you stay locked in on that goal, that's why I told you to write it down every single morning. That's why I told you to, your five senses, put it around you, get dream boards. That I showed some of the people that the wallpaper on my phone. Like I know exactly where I'm going, guys. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's the next step. The next step for me is there, bang. Like the next step. What's the next step for you? Oh, Jake, well, I'm not excited about silver. I'm not excited about silver. You're not excited about silver? Okay. Um, what about if someone in your organization went silver? Is that not exciting now? Oh no, it's exciting. So you know you have to be grateful. See, if I was brand new in this business and I went silver, I'd be like, oh my God, that is a huge, like, massive shout out to all the new silvers. There's actually too many to name at this point. Like we got amazing success taking place, and we're making a big deal out of it. Why? 'Cause it is a big deal. You going executive is a big deal. You getting your first person's a big deal. You taking your first trade, if you're just a trade on the line, and getting a blue is a big deal. I don't care if it's £2. Why? Because that £2 times 10 times 100 times 1,000, you're right. This is it. So you know what I'm trying to say is what I'm trying to say is, guys, celebrate. Never ever ever. If you can't celebrate someone else's success, don't expect God to bless you with it, right? So you have to be grateful for the process. Going silver is a big deal because now when you create silvers, now you gold. When you create golds, now you're elite. When you create elites, okay, now you're director. Okay, so but long story short, guys, when you decide here's where I'm going, you are going to actually attract what it is that you want. Okay, so lock in with a mentor, get the game plan, and understand this. Okay, you decide what you want, you decide why you want it, what are you willing to give up to get it. Maybe take a screenshot of this. I'm going to get into it right now, but that's basically it. And the last thing I wanted to share, guys, is to be on today's 5 p.m. call. It's going to be a really, really good call. Multi millionaire talking, very profitable trader, turn networker, absolutely smashing it. It's going to be an amazing call. But yeah, we can take a couple of questions.